Good morning, happy Thursday. It's 9 o'clock and it's time for a chat. How are you doing? Is anybody there? Oh, it's a gorgeous morning. I've been out for a walk. I didn't really get out much yesterday because I was working a lot. So today I got out I did about 3/4 of an hour with the big and the little dog, and Andy took the middle-sized one on his walk. And it wasn't deliberate, but we did go in the opposite directions. Good morning, Lorna. Hello, Andy. Oh dear, he just heard me say that. Aha, there's the clock chiming. Fantastic. It is another beautiful, beautiful morning. The sun was out. Doesn't seem to be such a cold wind, which is really lovely. And it was an absolute pleasure doing our little circular walk around the lanes this morning. Good morning, Lou. Good to see you. Okay, so yesterday we started talking about leftovers. And in our health slot at 10 o'clock, we were talking about healthy eating and food. And Lorna, one of my members, told us about a website called lovefoodhatewaste.com. Now that rung a bell with me, and I looked through my recipe books, and I've actually got a book called that. So this is basically the 20th century, and Lorna's website is the 21st century. So this is the book that I got from, I think it was Devon County Council, I don't know, Devon something. Eat Well, Waste Less, an A to Z guide of using up leftovers. And when you look on the back, it does talk about lovefoodhatewaste.com. So, we were laughing about my glut of cabbages. And of course, it's only a glut because they keep coming in the veg box and we don't want to eat them. Oh, good, here's a delivery from Parcel Force. Hopefully the dogs won't notice it. They did. Okay, so you'll be glad to hear that all the neighbours' dogs have noticed it. Sorry about that. Oh, I wonder who he's going to deliver a parcel to. So we actually had cabbage with Kian's amazing vegetable pie yesterday. Some of you might have seen the photo I posted. Basically, he spent all morning making this incredible vegetable pie. So he used all the things that have been sitting around in the bottom of the fridge for ages. So there was swede and parsnip and apple and leek and what else? Oh, hello, are you coming to us?
Sorry?
Is that for us? No, fantastic. And what else did he put in? Some sweet potato. And basically every vegetable that he could find at the bottom of the fridge that had been there a little while. He chopped it up, he roasted, he added some cider, he added a little bit of balsamic vinegar, and he added some fresh rosemary from the garden. I have got the biggest rosemary bush. I don't know if you can see there. It's a very significant rosemary bush because it came as a tiny little sprout that my dear friend Chris gave me when my dad died, and she said, rosemary is for remembrance, Emma. And it's now the biggest bush ever because it's 13 years since Dad died. So I love that rosemary bush, and it's in flower and it looks absolutely lovely. So he put the rosemary in with this amazing dish. He wanted to do a proper pie, so he didn't bake it blind like he would do with his quiche that he made the week before. He's got a thing about pastry. He lined it, filled it. It was so packed full of vegetables he didn't need. I said, you might need an egg cup in the middle, otherwise you might get a sinking middle. Oh no, he didn't. It was fine. Stuck the top on, crimped it round the edges with a fork and shoved it in the oven for 40 minutes. And it was absolutely amazing. So that sort of thing is just, and you could have done like a cottage pie. You don't have to use pastry. You could have done a mashed sweet potato top or a mixed mashed vegetable top. And that is just such a fantastic example of using up stuff. Who is watching? Let's have a look. Fantastic to see you all. So we've got Lorna and Sharon and Lou and Chrissy and Bev. Hello. And Karen. That's fantastic. And Mary and Tracy and Margaret and Lynn. Oh, fantastic. So the little book I was telling you about was this one. It's the sort of book you'd get free from the council. Eat Well, Waste Less. This is my A to Z guide to using up leftovers, and the website that Lorna told me about was the lovefoodhatewaste.com. Okay, so if you haven't got a little book that you picked up at the Devon County Show 10 years ago, then you can go onto that website, and it's great because it's got this little booklet. It's got 150 recipes. Do you have to throw away that single carrot? What can you do with some cold chicken? What can you do with that yogurt left in the back of the fridge? We all have leftovers, and the average, this is old now, but it said the average household puts over £500 worth of edible food in the bin every year. That's going to come up now, but hopefully now we might have a little bit of time to think about leftovers and waste less and continue wasting less as the weeks and months go on. So I thought that was really, really interesting. So thank you for posting that, Lorna. That was a really good website. So have you had any interesting food recently? That pie was amazing. And then Kian went on to, oh wow, I'll come back to that in a minute. He then went on to make pasties, but the pasties are for his lunch today. So yeah, he's well into the cooking. As I say, it's great. So Sharon says, my son loves cooking, though he lives in Bromsgrove. Do you know what, Sharon? I went to school in Bromsgrove. Bromsgrove's in Worcestershire, and I went to South Bromsgrove High School. And that's where I was all of my high school years. Yeah, I know Bromsgrove because I used to live in a little village outside Bromsgrove. Oh, we've got a link, Sharon. Fantastic. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Alison. So we're talking about leftovers. We're talking about kind of not chucking stuff out, making the most of what we've got. And I wanted to find out if any of you had any things you've done recently, you've cooked recently, tasted recently, to use up leftovers that you might not have bothered with before. I'd love to hear. Yeah, that rosemary bush is absolutely incredible. So I would say to locals in my village, if I turn it round again, if anyone needs any rosemary, can you see it there? Just come and help yourself to a sprig. Historically, rosemary, you use it with lamb, cooking with lamb, don't you? But you can put it in any food, especially any kind of vegetarian food. You just want the nice flavour in. And Kian said he just put in a couple of sprigs and took out the main bits. There were a few bits left behind, but the flavour was really beautiful, along with the cider and the apple in his vegetable pie. So he did really well. Right, so Sharon's made ratatouille with leftover vegetables. That's a really good idea. I made pasties on Sunday. I bet they were tasty, Chrissy. Yeah, brilliant. So it's good. It's good to be creative if you've got a bit of time. Ratatouille, kind of a nice sort of spicy tomatoey sort of sauce that you can shove vegetables in, is great. You can freeze that for later if you wanted to. Rosemary, great with fish. Yeah, absolutely, if you like fish. It's good, it's good, it's good. Okay, and obviously I've still got the lemons and the limes from last week. So I'll have to look up under L, lemons and limes, and see if they can give me some more ideas. I've still tried not to cook me lemon drizzle cake, but I may well freeze it. I don't drink gin, so the gin ideas, I'm afraid, are not any good here, but they're good for you guys that do drink gin. I'll have a look under my book. So see if you've got this little beauty in your recipe book collection, sort of thing that came out maybe 10 years ago that I just shoved in with my recipe books. And you know I'm not one for recipe books. I just make it up. Like Kian made it up. He didn't have a recipe either. But good morning, Ildi. But roasting vegetables first before you put them into dishes definitely changes the flavour. It caramelizes. It makes it a really lovely way of eating vegetables. So I've started roasting my vegetables before putting them in my soup. So I make soup in my slow cooker. I roast things like tomatoes and peppers first. Leeks kind of go a bit burnt, so I haven't had much success roasting leeks. But I roast my peppers and my tomatoes first, then put them in the slow cooker, then add everything else, tomatoes or stock, whatever, pulses, and then I leave it. Yeah. So, Sarah, supper last night. Oh, what was that? Riverford leeks tomato sauce with tagliatelle. That sounds very nice. Excellent. There are some amazing recipes on Riverford. Riverford, if you're not local, they provide organic vegetables. They grow organic vegetables, and we get a box. In fact, I'm sitting on our box at the moment to stop my bottom getting cold on the step. We have a small veg box delivered every Friday. and it's seasonal stuff. And on their website, which is probably riverford.com or Riverford something, they have thousands of recipes, and they're really, really good. So Sarah, I'm really glad you like that leek tomato sauce with tagliatelle that you ate last night. Roasted carrots. Okay, Lorna, never roasted a carrot in my life. Some of you might have seen that the post I did this morning about how carrots, there's nothing quite as satisfying. Why aren't carrots as satisfying as chocolates and wine in the evening? We all decided we're fine with carrots for lunch and dinner, but there's nothing quite like chocolates or wine last thing. Shouldn't be saying that, but that's the life. Okay, Tracy's got the book. Excellent. Riverford is closed for new members. Yes, new customers. I know, because they're absolutely so busy. But their website is available for recipes. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Lorna, can't get order at Riverford. Yeah, it's very tricky. Obviously, the demand has gone through the roof for things to be delivered. Just don't get me talking about Tesco deliveries and my mum. It's very stressful. Trying to get a delivery is very, very hard. Yeah, it's going to have to be a Tesco dash. Shouldn't really be saying this, but if you go in the evening, it's much quieter. The neighbours have been going for, done their urgent shopping in the evening, and it is so much quieter than during the day. So that's where I'm going tonight after class. Okay. Mary, I had a fruit and veg box delivered locally. Yeah, good. That's brilliant. Hi, Di. From our village shop, we can order a veg box and it comes on a Monday. It's a fruit and veg box and it comes. So village shops are using wholesalers as well to get boxes. So you can always ask around if you can. What's Chrissy saying? Veg ideas. Yeah, brilliant. Good. Oh, Riverford have got a book. They have. I think I've got their spring and summer recipe book. Yeah, I suppose that's now, isn't it? It doesn't feel like spring. Sorry, I've got a new microphone. Andy bought me a new microphone. Does it sound any different? Say yes if it does, or can't hear any different, Emma. Should have saved your money. Oh, he loves fiddle. He loves technology. Oh, I don't. Anyway, my dad does Iceland. They give priority to state pen. Yeah, good. That's great. Yeah. It's fantastic that people who are NHS workers and older people are getting priority because they need priority. Absolutely. Now, it's Thursday. It can only mean keep moving at 10:30 and it's cardio fitness at 6:30 tonight. Okay, both those classes are being taught on our closed Facebook group called Waiter Fitness Champions. Let me know if you're not on it. Anyone can have a free week's access. Okay, there are 8 taught classes this week. And you can enjoy them for free. And then there's a small weekly or monthly charge if you'd like to carry on access to our closed Facebook group. Yesterday we had a great health chat at 10 o'clock. Lots of people were joining in. That was brilliant. And we have got Legs, Bums and Tums on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Yeah. Sharon's already done cardio this morning at 7:30 and she loved it. That would have been Tuesday's cardio. Yeah. We email all our members, our active members, every night with all the sessions from the day, and the email contains a link to our YouTube channel so they can watch them and do their exercise sessions whenever they want. You don't just have to do them live, which is great. So that's another thing that Andy does, so good for Andy. So I'm going to sign off now. I'd love to know whether or not you think this new microphone has made any difference, or if it's just always good. I will be happy with it's always good, Emma. But it's useful to know if you don't think it's improved things. Okay, have a fabulous Thursday. See many of you at 10:30 and many of you at 6:30. Thanks, everyone. Bye.